This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network. And joining me right now is Ted Karkus. He is the chairman and CEO of ProPhase Labs. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is PRPH on Nasdaq, and ProPhase will be presenting virtually at our upcoming in-person investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase, happening May 3rd through the 5th, 2022 at Bally's Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. To see Ted's presentation, please go to planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Ted, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me, Robert. Really excited to be presenting at Planet MicroCap Showcase. This is awesome. This is literally, I'm always excited to present each year.
This is our first time doing an interview together. So can you start us off with that quick overview and history of ProPhase?
Yeah. So look, I always tell people I've been investing in small cap development stage companies for literally 40 years. And the one thing I learned is back on my Wall Street days, everyone said, the most important thing in investing is management. But the interesting thing is when most people invest, what you're investing in is the product or the service that the management is selling you on. It's almost impossible to do due diligence on management and figure out, is this management going to execute? And so what I can tell you is I have a history of executing. I turned around, it's in my LinkedIn profile if you want to look it up, but I turned around a company called ID Biomedical that was going bankrupt. I was like an activist shareholder. I turned around the company. Did two financings, put the company in a new direction, restructured the company, ultimately was sold for $1.4 billion. From that experience, I then took the company that I'm now the CEO of. Originally, I was just an investor when we had the Cold-EEZE Cold Remedy brand back in 1996. Fast forward 15 years later, I didn't like the direction of the company. I launched a proxy contest, won control. After winning control, found out that the company was in big trouble. All the assets, I had to write them all off. The only thing left was Cold-EEZE, which had declining sales for 4 or 5 years. And I had to restructure the entire company, similar to what I did with ID Biomedical. This time I did it as CEO. So in 2012, our stock price bottomed at 65 cents a share. I turned around the Cold-EEZE brand, ultimately sold it for $50 million. And since that time, our stock is now around $7. Our stock's up 10 times since 2012. And we've paid out $2.10 in special dividends. So most of the people invested in our company are long-term shareholders. They've been with me for 5, 10, 20 years, and they've been handsomely rewarded over the last 10 years. The stock's up tenfold while getting about 3 times their investment just in special dividends. And what's interesting, what we have to come, and you can ask your next question, I'll tell you about it. I'm more excited what I'm working on now over the next 1, 2, and 3 years than what I worked on over the next 10.
All right, so let's get into what we're working on right now. Tell us a little bit about it, and what would you say makes that unique and different compared to some of your peers out there?
Yeah, sure. So the first thing that makes us different is we've been in a bear market for microcap stocks since January of 2020. In January 2020, I Think Equity, I have fantastic relationships on Wall Street. I have a great relationship with their investment banker, Think Equity, who raises $37.5 million. Probably could have raised 60 million at the time. There was money around for everybody. It was very easy to raise money. Small cap companies were all raising money. Look at 95% of them. They've all burned through that capital now. Their stocks have crashed because they're losing money and they have to go raise more money. And we're in a bear market. You can't raise it. So you have stocks that were $15 that are now $3. You have stocks that were $6 that are now 50 cents. The reason why our stock is held in is because we actually have now more working capital now and cash now than we had when we raised the $37.5 million a year ago. And that's because our business has grown. So we have 2 key businesses. We have our COVID testing business. We have a state-of-the-art CLIA lab. We generated, our total revenues were about $79 million. And understand, this is for a company, we have about 100 million market cap. We had 79 million in revenues that were highly profitable. Our adjusted EBITDA was over $1 per share this past year. So we're growing, we're profitable, we're paying dividends. And now we acquired a business called Nebula Genomics, which is all about personal precision medicine. Where we are in personal precision medicine, we're in the first inning. We're where the internet was 20 years ago. We expect to be a leader in personal precision medicine over the next 3 and 5 years. We bought a fantastic little company called Nebula Genomics, which is selling whole genome sequencing direct to consumers. We're going to leverage our food, drug, and mass retail distribution by selling into stores. And then we have a proprietary library that we sell a subscription to. It's a great revenue generating, earnings generated model. So we just have tremendous potential in the assets that we're developing right now.
Very good. And you talked about your background already a little bit. So to close us out here today, from what you can tell us, What would you say are some of the company's growth drivers now moving forward here in 2022?
Sure. So first of all, in our COVID testing business, people say, "Oh, COVID's not going to be here forever," but the flu has been here forever, and it doesn't mean you're going to have millions of people dying from it, but you're always going to be tested. And so we have a tremendous customer base that we didn't have last year. So unlike last year when we went through the waves, when you go through a down cycle, there wasn't much testing. We're doing a lot of testing even now during a down wave, and now we got BA2. So we have 10 times as many customers as we did a year ago. So even at lower levels of incidence of COVID, we're doing a lot of testing. Second, we're diversifying our COVID testing business to be a fully diversified clinical lab. That's our goal for the second half of the year. So that even if COVID goes away one day, we'll be a fully diversified lab. And again, we just got into the business a year ago, and we outperformed 95% of the labs in the country, starting with a base of 0 customers that we built from scratch. We're going to do the same thing with your more traditional testing, urine toxicology, pathology. Those are the goals. Then our Nebula Genomics business, one day, this is just a small little company, but think of it like Silicon Valley. You have a startup tech company, we bought it for $14.5 million, but in 6 months or a year or two, this business could be worth $100, $200, $300 million. We're literally just at the starting point. So we have enormous potential. We have the capital, we have the infrastructure to really grow our Nebula Genomics business into something big and really be part of the wave of personalized precision medicine in the coming years. And by the way, just to explain what that is, it's all about studying your genetic makeup to figure out how to live a healthier lifestyle based on diseases you might be predisposed to so that you avoid getting those diseases. And then, God forbid, you get a terrible disease, using your genetic makeup to help tell a physician what's the best course of treatment. Because 2 people with the same disease might want a completely different course of treatment depending on their genetic makeup. That's what personalized precision medicine is all about. It's the future of healthcare, not even a question. We want to be a big player in that industry.
Well, with that, Ted, where can our audience go and find more information on ProPhase Labs?
Sure. So our stock symbol, of course, is PRPH on Nasdaq. Our website is prophaselabs.com. You can also contact Renmark up in Canada. They do for retail brokers. You can also contact our investment banking firm, Think Equity, who follows us and raised the capital. H.C. Wainwright also writes on us and is very bullish on us. So you have a number of different places. And of course, you can contact our company directly. If you're a serious investor, you want to get in touch with me, I'll be happy to talk to you as well.
Very good. Well, Ted, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. I look forward to our next update.
Thanks, Robert. Have a great day.
Thank you.